Hello, Terry. You're muted. You're still muted. What's up, Lexi?
How are you?
Great, how are you?
Sweaty.
Why?
Turkey hunting in full clothes.
I want to see, turn your video on.
It doesn't, well, I'm just got done, so I'm just eating now.
Are you eating the turkey you shot?
No, I didn't get one. Unfortunately.
I have never been turkey hunting.
This year was my first year, and it's fun. It's a lot different than deer.
Yeah, I bet. It is warm today.
What's
up,
yeah.
Sam?
Good afternoon, Cyril.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
You're looking very dapper today.
I try my best.
Yeah. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing just fine.
I'm a little bit sore, I must say. Terry, you're probably a little bit sore too. We'll probably be a lot sore tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
From the Murph. You're still muted, Terry. We can't hear you. I'm going to unmute you.
How's that?
There.
Hello.
Now we can hear you. How are you feeling today?
A little sore, just like my quads mostly. So it was a terrific day. It was good.
Yeah. Was it worth it? Was it worth the risk?
Yeah, I still was a little bit guilty, but you know what? No, it was super. It was really worth the risk, I guess.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad
If I
to hear
get tested, I'll let you know my results. No.
Yeah. Are you getting tested? Do you get tested somewhere?
No, I think as an essential worker, when I go back face to face with my clients, I would like to do that before I see them for their comfort, just so I can let them know I'm tested, I'm good, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Because some are very more concerned than others, and I would just want to put that out front. No question. Let's get on to the important stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Put that aside.
Yes. Well, we're probably going to have a light crew today, I would imagine, because of the holiday weekend, but
yeah,
we'll wait a few minutes more. Jason Murphy is joining us. Mike and Becky are joining us.
Oh, that's nice.
In the car. What's up, Mike? Where are we driving to, Mike?
He doesn't hear you either. Connecting to audio. Anyone, Roger? Is that it?
Hey, Cyril.
How you doing, Roger? How you feeling today?
A little tired, a little sore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a little bike ride last night just to get my legs.
Flesh out the.
That was smart.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, my legs were cooked.
I'm feeling it in my biceps. Biceps and chest.
I haven't
How are you
moved those
feeling?
yet, so.
How are you feeling, Jason? You're muted.
I'm pretty sore. My lats are killing me. Yeah, my arms. Yeah, I'm sore.
Yeah. Wait till tomorrow. What's up, Alyssa? Yeah, it's good to feel that sore. Have you felt that sore since this thing started?
No, not even close.
I like your mohawk. Was that a Murph-inspired mohawk, Jason?
Hunter said he'd do it if I did it, so that's what we did.
Nice. All the cool things you can do because of just think, things you wouldn't be able to do because of the pandemic. How awesome is that? Alyssa, what's new with you?
Getting lots of home projects done.
Good. How's the crew?
They're good. Grace says hi.
What's up, Grace? We miss
Nothing.
you.
I miss you too.
Are you helping your mom? Yeah, you're being a big help around the house every day. I'm sure.
Yeah, Tom.
Awesome.
Now that she's 10, we give her lots of extra chores now that she's 10.
Mommy.
Yes. She's practically an adult now.
Exactly.
Mike, where are you headed? To the Potawatomi or something?
What's that?
Where are you driving to?
I went and got firewood up in Hamburg. Guy's got a great firewood place.
Nice. For your outdoor fires or to heat your house? All right, guys, we will get started. Thank you for attending. I'm going to mute everyone. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Before I forget, tomorrow is Carter May's birthday. Carter and his family were here yesterday doing the Murph. He was watching their daughter while his wife Danny did the Murph, and we had a good crew. It went great. No one got arrested. The energy was awesome. People were like so fired up to see each other, be out with real people other than their families. No one got hurt. I think everyone got something out of it. We honored our veterans. Danny, Carter's wife, Danny, was the last to finish. And the cool moment, her daughter ran up to her as she was crawling over the finish line. And it was really cool to see. So probably the most memorable Murph I've ever done. And so I'm thankful to the COVID pandemic for providing that opportunity. How's that for a positive way to look at things? The other thing before I forget is starting on Tuesday, there's going to be another live class option at 4:30. So we'll have one at 10 a.m. as usual. We do the ones on Tuesdays at 10. Coach Sarah doing an awesome job. And then we're going to do the ones on Friday at 4:30. So you'll have two options, and we'll have that late afternoon option every day of the week, starting on Tuesday, because tomorrow's Memorial Day, obviously. So 10 a.m. live class, we do the ones on Tuesday, but you can attend any day, and 4:30 p.m. live class. They'll all be recorded as usual. If you guys also haven't been checking out the ROMWOD, which stands for range of motion, kind of the stretching class that Strong Together's doing and putting on the portal, you really should, because I've heard great things about it. Is there a 10 a.m. class tomorrow? That is a good question. I do not know. So I would imagine there is. I can't imagine there isn't. So just log on and see. So I'd be surprised if there wasn't one tomorrow. But yeah, again, 10 a.m., 4:30. The 4:30 one starts on Tuesday, and we're doing the one on Friday, and those will be recorded. So you'll have extra opportunities, and this is all going to continue even when we're allowed to come back and be together as a regular normal gym. Although I'm sure things won't be quote unquote normal for quite some time, but we're going to have the online thing going on still, adding more to that. So everyone will have the opportunity to do both. And we'll also have just an online membership option. for people that maybe live too far away, we can still help. And, you know, we'll be working out the kinks to that program real time as we have been for the past 9-10 weeks, however long it's been. So check that out. You guys are doing awesome. Today we're going to talk about power foods. It'll probably be a short meeting today, depending on how much people want to share, because we're going to also just have an open coaching call, and we're going to share whatever we want to share, and I'll help you with whatever you need help with, if you need help with anything. So last week's extra point challenge was to post your favorite power foods in the portal. We talked about power foods, which are, again, a list of what are power foods. There's my lovely family on my YouTube channel. Power foods are this first link on the portal. So there's no excuse for not knowing what power foods are. There's a PDF, you can download it. But what power foods are, if you don't know, they're generally more healthy foods that lower inflammation, provide more digestion, more energy, better sleep, less brain fog, better workouts. And, you know, when you start kind of, and this happens to all of us, when you start kind of falling off the wagon, and last week we talked about plateaus, and maybe you're not eating so well anymore. Maybe, you know, we've gotten past the pandemic and we're now back to our old habits, and because things are quote unquote back to normal, and we start feeling crappy again. You can always go back to that power food list and say, and just make it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Here's a list of good foods. We know they're good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And just start eating off that list again. And that'll reset you back to good habits, back to feeling better, and move you on your way. So we could always go back to that, and there's no excuse not to. You know, are you going to eat that way every single day of your life, every meal of, you know, maybe some of you are, but most of us probably aren't. But the more we do, the better we're going to feel. And when we are feeling like crap or want to be better, going back to those power foods is the way to go. Any question on power foods? All right. Yeah, if Abhay says we can see our footnotes, some of these footnotes are not mine. They're put in by Strong Together Corporate. So I don't have any footnotes that I know of that I want to keep secret. So I don't mind that you can see them, because I'm actually going to, I wrote some stuff in one of the footnotes because I wanted to remember it, because I'm going to recite it to you. Tomorrow is a holiday, obviously, but it's also a check-in day. So you guys have been doing awesome with checking in. So don't use it as an excuse to not check in. And please, you know, some people, they say, oh, I couldn't get my check-in in because it was, you know, 12:01 in the morning. You know, I don't know what you're doing staying up till 12:01 in the morning, but just please try and check in before that, and don't stay up so late. Like we always told our daughters, nothing good happens after midnight. Right? You're worn down. The inhibitions
That's
are
not true.
low. What's that?
That's not true, man. There's lots of nice stuff that happens after midnight.
Really? I don't know about that.
Okay.
Name something.
Ollie, I'll talk to you later.
And as my mom said, you know, if you can't share it with everyone, it's probably, you probably don't want to share it at all. But I appreciate that. What's that?
That's good advice.
So, you know, don't use the excuse that it's a holiday. There's always holidays, events, special occasions. We need to keep enduring and pushing through this. All right. I just watched a very cool video on YouTube. Which is this video by Vigilance Elite on the meaning of Memorial Day to a combat veteran. So type in Vigilance Elite or meaning of Memorial Day. This gentleman's an ex-Navy SEAL, CIA guy. His name's Sean Ryan. And I really enjoyed his perspective on what Memorial Day means, and it was a good perspective on that. So check that out. I'm not ashamed to show you like what my YouTube history is like. These are the things I do in my spare time. My what do they call that? A secret. The word escapes me, but like you know, like some people like chocolate, some people like, you know, your secret go-to like thing that makes you feel better. I like watching old UFC fights and CrossFit videos. So that's what I do. So check that out. Happy Memorial Day. And next, Abhay, are these the footnotes you were referring to? I hope there weren't any, and I meant to have those because I'm going to recite that. But
Yeah, it's just some people like to not show because sometimes they can be cues for what you want to say,
right,
and people can read ahead.
right. That good point. Good point. So we're going to open this up. 15 minutes of coaching, whatever you guys want to talk about, what you're struggling with, what victories you have had, what challenges you've had, what you need to learn, and what's one thing that you are going to do better for yourself. What's the one thing you are going to do to better yourself? So does anyone want to share victories, challenges, what you need to learn, or what's one thing you need to do to better yourself?
Hi, Cyril.
Yes, sir. Mike.
Big step for me is I haven't dipped for the whole crisis.
Nice.
Yeah, quit that shit.
Wow.
And the one thing that I'm going to do better is just, like you told us to eat, try to always eat one ingredient foods. And if I do that, I mean, what I've found is that Becky and I eat that way a lot. and it just makes a big difference. Well, you know, we still sneak a handful of Doritos here and there, but you know, you need that little bit of that salt, I think. I don't know, but
yeah.
I mean, so yeah, just single ingredient foods, and that's kind of our goal. That's why we like growing stuff in the garden.
Nice.
Keep that going. So thanks.
Good for you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else? If not, I will share what my footnotes say. So I haven't quite figured out how to move everything on this Zoom console so I could read this. But basically what it says is what I've learned and the victories and challenges that I've had during this unique time. I've always said that I'm willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how painful, to take care of my family financially. And I am proving that by conquering my biggest fear of doing a boring job, working for someone else, and that the only thing that matters in this life is that you are a good person to yourself and to others, and that not, I wrote this really fast, so it's not very grammatically good. It doesn't matter what you do, but that you do the absolute best that you are able. It doesn't matter what your job title is, how much money you make, or if you have accomplished the goals that you set for yourself in your head. If you're always working to be the best person you can be, focusing on helping others be the best they can be, no matter what your situation, and not letting your situation dictate your attitude towards whatever you are going through, that is the most important thing and nothing else. So this experience has really humbled me in really reflecting on what is important and kind of my vision of who I am and who I want to be. And it's forced me to really, and I thought I was an introspective person before this all happened, but I realized that I wasn't as introspective as I thought I was, and that I let external ways that I thought I wanted to be viewed affect the way I acted in many situations, if that makes any sense. And my whole vision of myself was, you know, being this great CrossFit coach and having thousands of members that, you know, revere everything I do, and that's important to me, and that's still very important to me. But I realized that that's not everything. And you know, when I had to go get a job at Lowe's, it was very difficult, and I thought, now what's going to happen to my coaching career and our members, and I realized that it doesn't. The important thing is focusing on doing the best I can, whatever I'm doing in that moment, and we come back to this over and over and over again. And I've been doing a lot of research and reading. It's one of the good things about, in all kinds of different philosophies, Stoicism, Zen Buddhism, Catholicism, you name it, all the different religions, and they all have the same tenets. And that's be good to each other. We're all part of the same thing, energy, and focus on what you're doing and be the best person you can be. And that's really hard to do, obviously, but I think that's been the real learning for me in this whole thing. And I think obviously for a lot of other people. Anyone else would like to share anything or have any coaching moments?
Cyril, this is Abe.
Yes.
Just thought I'd share, since I recently retired, one of the things you go through when you retire is you realize so much of your identity has been tied into what you did and your title at work. And all of a sudden, you no longer have a title, you no longer have that identity, and you kind of have to look internally and say, what's my worth, and recognize that I'm much more than that, and I can do a lot for others. And my identity is my integrity, my honesty, my willingness to do whatever it takes to help fellow man. That is what my identity is, and not that whatever director or whatever title you may have had when you retired.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a thing that we all go through, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and I'm kind of bearing my soul a little bit, but it's because it is tough that you go through some emotional ups and downs when you realize that you no longer have a title.
Yeah. And that what you did for 20 or 30 or 40 years, while it may have been important, isn't the most important thing, because now you're not doing it anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of us use the things we occupy our time with just as another crutch and a way to hide from the ultimate questions of, like, who the hell are you? And are you a good person or not a good person? And when you don't have that anymore, because you whatever you did do working 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, and you have to sit with yourself and think about that, it can be hard. If if you haven't thought about it up to that point, you're in for a rude awakening. And I think that, you know, I've known, I want to say, I don't want to say a lot, but, you know, when in my previous life as a financial advisor, you know, you were around when people did retire. And, you know, I probably know at least 8 people who did something, a job for 20, 30, 40 years, and then retired, and then they either died or they committed suicide. Like, because they didn't have a plan B, and they weren't good with themselves without that job. So yeah, I get it. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Anyone else like to share? The little Widmeyer is pointing and she's sharing.
That is why Abhay and I like to ride motorcycles.
Oh no, we're not going to go there on this on this meeting, are we?
No, let's not go there.
We'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Your Zoom account will run out.
Right. Hey, you know, you got to do what you love. There's no question about that. Yeah. So I get it. Yeah, we can't live in a bubble like we've been forced to. Hello. What's going on? Are you going to share with us? She probably has the most wisdom of all of us. The problem is she can't speak English yet. Awesome. All right, guys. Moving on. That's awesome stuff. You know, don't forget to check in, even though it's a holiday. Check-in stuff's all the same. And the secret point stuff for this coming week, week 10. Again, done on Thursday in the Strong Together Challenge group. And what you're going to do is create a meal in MyFitnessPal. So something that you eat or want to create, you're going to log it in MyFitnessPal, and then you're going to share with the group in the post what the meal was and how you made it and what the MyFitnessPal stats are. You know, how many calories, how many grams of fat, grams of protein, grams of carbohydrates. All right, any questions on the secret point day? All righty. And the secret code for this week is Michael Murphy, who the Murph workout is named after. All right. Any questions? Any additional comments? All right, cool, guys. Thanks for attending. Thanks for all you do for us. Thanks for your continued support. Have a great Memorial Day, and let me know if you need anything. And we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Good weekend.
Happy Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Say bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye, Mama.